He lived louder than his bass lines. But what really drove Pete Way, the wild heart of UFO, to walk away from it all at the peak of his fame? Today we're saluting Pete Way, the leather-clad driving force on bass whose ferocious style, unfiltered presence, and unapologetic attitude define the rock and roll heart of UFO on another episode of Crossed Over. Peter Frederick Way was born on August 7, 1950, in Enfield, Middlesex, England, to Ruth and Fred Way, both World War II veterans. He grew up alongside his younger brother Neil in a comfortable middle-class household. Pete's early years were marked by a deep love for model trains, but his trajectory changed dramatically upon discovering the music of Elvis Presley and the Beatles, with the Rolling Stones igniting his musical ambition. Armed with a bass guitar, Pete formed his first band, the Boyfriends, with guitarist Mick Bolton and drummer Tick Tino. Performing at youth clubs and schools, the group evolved into Hocus Pocus, with friend Phil Mogg joining as vocalist. In 1968, with drummer Andy Parker replacing Tino, the band adopted the name UFO. Strumming their instruments in venues like the Foresters Arms in Barnet, they dreamed of headlining at London's famed Marquee Club. Their debut album, UFO 1, 1970, blended hard rock intensity with their reinterpretation of Eddie Cochran's Come On Everybody. Though the album and its successor, UFO 2, Flying, didn't make chart waves in the UK or US, they reached moderate success in Germany. Flying introduced sprawling space rock epics like Starstorm and the 26-minute title track, gaining UFO a loyal cult following. Lineup shakeups followed. Mick Bolton departed in 1972, making way for guitarist Michael Schenker of the Scorpions in 1973. This marked a shift toward heavier, riff-driven music. Their Chrysalis debut, Phenomenon, 1974, featured enduring tracks like Dr. Doctor and Rock Bottom, bolstered by Schenker's solos and new producer Leo Lyons. Throughout the mid-70s, with Paul Raymond joining on rhythm guitar and keys, UFO released Force It, 1975, No Heavy Petting, 1976, and Lights Out, 1977. The latter offered glam rock staples like Too Hot to Handle and Love to Love. They toured with legendary bands such as Rush, AC/DC, Kiss, and Thin Lizzy. Strangers in the Night, a 1979 live album, soared to number 7 on UK charts, cementing their status as arena-worthy headliners. Schenker left in 1978, and Paul Chapman stepped in. Albums like No Place to Run, 1980, produced by George Martin, and The Wild, the Willing, and the Innocent, 1981, showcased a softer, radio-friendly sound. Mechanics, 1982, reached UK number 8, and Pete co-wrote memorable tracks including Only You Can Rock Me. Despite commercial success, Pete grew disillusioned with the band's pop direction. In late 1982, he left UFO. He then briefly co-founded Fastway with Fast Eddie Clarke and Jerry Shirley, but moved on to join Ozzy Osbourne's band post-1982. Pete later formed Wasted, releasing Vices, 1983, The Good, the Bad, and the Wasted, 1985, and Save Your Prayers, 1986. After a short UFO reunion in 1988, Pete officially rejoined in 1991, contributing to 6 studio albums: High Stakes and Dangerous Men, 1992, Walk on Water, 1995, Covenant, 2000, Sharks, 2002, You Are Here, 2004, and The Monkey Puzzle, 2006. During the 2000s, Pete launched Damage Control and later the Pete Way Band in 2018, performing throughout the UK. He also guested on Fast Eddie Clarke's Misanthropy, 2021. In 2017, he released his autobiography, A Fast Ride Out of Here, and in 2020, rock photographer Ross Halfin published a photo collection titled Pete Way by Ross Halfin. Pete's personal life was tumultuous. Married 6 times, he had 2 daughters, Zoe and Charlotte, and endured tragedies including the loss of a wife to overdose. Over the years, he battled cancer, 2013, and suffered a heart attack, 2016. Tragically, Pete died on August 14, 2020, at age 70, after a fall at home. He is survived by wife Jenny, his children, and brother Neil. Pete Way's thunderous bass riffs, stage swagger, and down-to-earth charm made him a fan favorite, always rocking a Gibson Thunderbird in bold outfits. Though he left us, his impact on rock history remains electric. His story of defiance, creativity, and resilience continues to inspire new generations of musicians and fans. Thanks again for tuning in. If you enjoyed deep dives into legendary artists like Pete Way, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more music history content, and check out the other legendary artists on our channel. Check out our latest video, The Life and Tragic Death of Gary Moore, guitarist of Thin Lizzy. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.